going on, guys? Welcome on back to the channel. It is Sunday, May 11th. We have a 15-game Major League Baseball slate on tap for today. Real quick, a recap of yesterday. 15 games played. On our money line / spread picks, we go 9-6. We could have done much better there. Back-to-back days now. We go 11-4 on our over-unders. So we've been killing on our over-unders 2 days in a row. Our parlays, our hitting props parlay and our pitching props parlay. We needed one more leg. Both came down to the final games and both fell through for us. But like we always say over here, we take the good with the bad. On to the next one. 15 games on tap for today, guys. Do not forget, look for our play of the day. The one game I'm going to suggest to you more than any to put in a parlay. Also, at the end of the video, our $4 parlay plays. We're introducing a new parlay today. Look, all of that being said, tons of money to be made today. Let's jump into it. Our first game of the day kicks off in just about 2 hours, 12 o'clock Eastern Time. The Cubs in New York taking on the Mets. The Cubbies taking this one yesterday from the Mets. A score of 6-4, 6-5 final score yesterday. The Mets taking the day before, so coming into today, the series is split. With that being said, in today's matchup, we're playing the Mets on the run line to cover the 1.5 runs. Game total 8, and we like the over today, over 8 total. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I was looking throughout all the games, all 15 games being played today. Every single game temperature 73 to 75 and above. So we have warm weather for the whole Sunday. It's a beautiful day today. Getting back to this game, we're playing over 8 total runs. Looking at our hitting props, 2 total bases. We're taking 2 Mets here. We're taking Lindor as well as Soto, both to have 2 total. Moving on to the pitching props for this game. We're taking Boyd of the Chicago Cubs to go under his line of 5.5 strikeouts. But we're playing Griffin Canning of the New York Mets to go over his line of 4.5 strikeouts today. As we move along, we've called this series correct when we're going back to it today. In today's matchup with Washington favored at home, the favor probably has to do with Gore being on the mound for Washington, their ace. With that, we're playing the Road Dogs in this matchup. Give me St. Louis on the money line. Game total 8.5, and we're playing over 8.5 total in this one. Moving on to the hitting props. 2 total bases. We're taking 2 St. Louis Cardinals. We're taking Wynn as well as Contreras. Moving on to the pitching props, and we're playing Michaelis to go under his line of 3.5 strikeouts, as well as Gore to go under 6.5 strikeouts today. Moving along, another series we've been calling correct so far. We have the Atlanta Braves in Pittsburgh taking on the Pirates. I told you guys yesterday, I do not like the spread. Let's just play Atlanta on the money line. And I'm saying the same thing again here today. This Pittsburgh offense is very shaky, but this Atlanta offense is very inconsistent. So, like I said, we're playing Atlanta on the money line. Game total 8. We like the under in this one today. For our hitting props, 2 total bases. 2 Atlanta Braves. Give me Riley as well as Olsen, both to have 2 total. Looking at our pitching props here, we're taking Sale of the Atlanta Braves to go over 7.5 strikeouts. And Molzinski of the Pittsburgh Pirates, we're taking him to go over 3.5 strikeouts as well. Moving along, another series we've called correct 2 days in a row. The Detroit Tigers versus the Texas Rangers in Detroit. Yesterday, Texas taking this one handily. In today's matchup, with Texas favored, most of the odds have to do with Uvalde being a more favorable matchup than Olsen. We're playing the home dogs today. Give me Detroit on the money line. The game total, 7.5, and we like the over in this one. Over 7.5 total. Looking at our hitting props, we're taking 3 batsmen in this game. Give me Langford of the Texas Rangers, Colt Keat of the Detroit Tigers, as well as Tolkerson of the Detroit Tigers. Looking at the pitching props here, and we're playing 2 overs. Uvalde of the Rangers, over 5.5 strikeouts. Olsen of the Detroit Tigers, over 4.5 Ks as well. And after that, we got the Milwaukee Brewers in Tampa Bay with the Rays looking for the sweep here today, and we got them getting it. We're playing Tampa Bay on the money line. The game total set at 8.5, and we like the under in this one, under 8.5 total. Looking at our hitting props here, we're taking Caminero of the Tampa Bay Rays, and we're taking Yelich of the Milwaukee Brewers, both to have 2 total. Then we move on to the pitching props for this game, and we're playing Patrick of the Milwaukee Brewers to go over his line of 4.5 strikeouts. Rasmussen under his line of 4.5 Ks today. As we move along, we have the Cincinnati Reds in Houston taking on the Astros. Another series, 2 days in a row. We've made good money on this series so far. We took Houston the first day to cover the run line. We took Cincinnati, who were the underdogs yesterday, with the over. And today, we're going back to the Game 1 play. Houston Astros favored at home to cover the 1.5 runs. Game total, 8.5, and we like the over in this one. Over 8.5 total runs. For our hitting props, 2 total bases. We like 2 Houston Astros here. Altuve as well as Myers. Then we look at our pitching props. Petty of the Cincinnati Reds, we're playing him to go over his line of 3.5 strikeouts. Blanco of the Houston Astros, over 5.5 Ks as well. As we move along and we continue, another series 2 days in a row we've called correct. First day, Kansas City on the money line. Yesterday we played Boston on the money line. No, we played Boston on the run line yesterday, I should say. In today's matchup, we are playing Boston on the money line. Kansas City is favored in today's matchup at home, so we like the road dogs in this one. Game total, 8.5, and we're playing over today. Over 8.5 total. We move on to our hitting props, and we're taking 2 Red Sox. Abreu as well as Bregman, both to have 2 total in this one. Moving on to the pitching props, we're playing Giolito of the Boston Red Sox to go under his line of 4.5 Ks, but we're playing Lugo of the Kansas City Royals to go over 4.5 strikeouts today. Alright, moving along, there were so many series we've been calling correct so far. This series is the complete opposite. Train wreck for me. I played San Francisco 2 days in a row. They've let me down. This offense is just in the toilet right now. With that being said, in today's matchup, we're playing Minnesota, favored at home to cover the run line. Game total, 8.5, and we're playing over in this one. Over 8.5 total runs. Looking at our hitting props, 2 Twins, Buxton as well as Carrera. Onto the pitching props for this game, and we're playing Roop of the San Francisco Giants to go over 4.5 strikeouts, but we're playing Lopez of the Twins to go under his line, under 5.5 Ks today. Moving along, again we called correct yesterday. The Miami Marlins in Chicago taking on the White Sox, and in today's matchup, we are playing Miami, who are favored on the road to cover the runs. Game total, 8, and we're playing under 8 total runs today. For our hitting props, 2 total bases. We're playing 3 Miami Marlins here. We're playing Ramirez. We're playing Stowers. And we're playing Edwards. All 3 of the Miami Marlins. All 3 to have 2 total bases. Moving on to the pitching props here. And we're playing the overs for both starting pitchers. Both of their lines are at 4.5. And we're taking Alcantara. This will be the first time this season we even play him to go over his strikeouts line. So we're playing him to go over 4.5 Ks. Burke of the White Sox, over 4.5 strikeouts as well. On after that, I told you guys about this Colorado Rockies team. I said, it don't matter how high they set the line, it's going to go over. But I'm going to go against my own words today. In today's matchup, we're playing San Diego on the money line. Game total, 11.5, and we're taking the under today. Under 11.5 total runs. For hitting props, 2 total bases, 3 San Diego Padres. Machado, Tatis Jr., as well as Merrill, all to have 2 total bases. Onto the pitching props. We like 2 overs here. Pivetta of the Padres to go over 6.5 strikeouts. Marquez of the Colorado Rockies to go over 2.5 Ks today. On after that, we have the Yankees in Sacramento taking on the Athletics. The Athletics handled the Yankees yesterday 11-7. In today's matchup, no official listed starter for the New York Yankees. But that will not sway my pick regardless. we're playing the Athletics on the money line here. The game total 10, and we like the over. For our hitting props, 2 total bases. Give me Ben Rice of the Yankees and Soderstrom of the Athletics to have 2 total. Like I said, as of now, only 1 starting pitcher is officially listed, that being the Athletics' former Yankees, Severino. And in today's matchup, I have him going over his line of 5.5 strikeouts. As we move along, we called this game right yesterday. To be honest, we've made good money on this Angels team this year. I don't know how or why, but we're back to it. Baltimore favored in Los Angeles today, and we're playing the home dogs. Give me Los Angeles Angels on the money line. Game total 9. And we like the under in this one today, under 9 total. For our hitting props, 2 total bases, 2 Angels. Give me Ward as well as Soler, both to have 2 total bases today. Then we look at our pitching props, and we're playing the overs for both starting pitchers. Elfin of the Baltimore Orioles, over 4.5 strikeouts. Anderson of the Angels, over 4.5 Ks as well. Alrighty, as we move along, the Dodgers in Arizona. This is a 4-game series. Arizona is up currently 2-1. In today's matchup, we have the Dodgers splitting the series. We're playing the Los Angeles Dodgers on the money line. Game total 9.5. We're playing over today. Over 9.5 total. For our hitting props, we're playing 3 batsmen. Give me Mookie Betts of the Dodgers, Freddie Freeman of the Dodgers, and Naylor of the Arizona Diamondbacks, all to have 2 total. Looking at the pitching props here, and we're taking Goslin of the Dodgers to go under his line of 4.5 Ks, but we're taking Gallen of the Diamondbacks to go over his line of 5.5 strikeouts today. To our final 2 games of the day, the Toronto Blue Jays in Seattle taking on the Mariners. This series is split coming into today. Toronto taking this one yesterday, a score of 6-3. In today's matchup, with Seattle favored at home, we're playing them to cover the runs. Game total 8, and we're playing over 8 total. For our hitting props, 2 total bases, 3 Seattle Mariners. We're playing Polanco. He burnt us yesterday. We're going back to him. Cal Raleigh, as well as Crawford. All 3 to have 2 total bases. On to the pitching props here. Toronto starting pitcher Urena, we're playing him to go under his line of 3.5 strikeouts. Miller of the Seattle Mariners, we're playing him to go over his line of 4.5 Ks today. Finally, we wrap it up. Philadelphia in Cleveland taking on the Guardians. The series is split coming into today. Philly winning this one yesterday, a score of 7-1. In today's matchup, we're playing Philadelphia Phillies on the money line. Game total 7.5. We like the over in this one. Over 7.5 total runs. For our hitting props, 2 total bases, we're playing 3 batsmen here. We're playing Kyle Schwarber, as well as Trey Turner of the Philadelphia Phillies, as well as Stephen Kwan of the Guardians. All 3 of those guys to have 2 total bases. On to the pitching props here. And we're playing Wheeler of the Philadelphia Phillies to go over his line of 6.5 Ks. Ortiz of the Guardians, we're playing him to go under his line today, under 4.5 strikeouts. Alrighty, before we get up out of here, our $4 parlay plays of the day. We start off with our pitching props parlay. We're going to Cincinnati starting pitcher Petty to go over his line. Miami Marlins starting pitcher Alcantara to go over his line. San Diego Padres starting pitcher Pivetta to go over his line. Los Angeles Angels starting pitcher Anderson to go over his line, as well as Philadelphia Phillies starting pitcher Wheeler to go over his line. All 5 of those gentlemen in a $1 parlay pays $25. On after that, we have our hitters parlay, 2 total bases. And we start off with Kansas City Royals, Salvador Perez. We then go to Los Angeles Dodgers, Freddie Freeman. San Diego Padres, Fernando Tatis Jr. Baltimore Orioles, O'Neill. And finally, Philadelphia Phillies, Kyle Schwarber. All 5 of those gentlemen in a $1 parlay pays $35. After that, our home run parlay play of the day. A 4-leg parlay. That being Baltimore Orioles, O'Neill. Philadelphia Phillies, Kyle Schwarber. San Diego Padres, Manny Machado. And Kansas City Royals, Bobby Witt Jr. All four of those gentlemen in a dollar parlay pays $310. So this will be the official first time we play this parlay. It will be our money line, spread, over under parlay. It will be a 5-leg. We start off with the home dogs, the Detroit Tigers, on the money line. We're playing the Houston Astros to cover the runs. We're playing the Boston Red Sox, who are the underdogs, on the money line. We're playing the Miami Marlins to cover the runs. And then we're playing the San Diego Padres on the money line. All 5 of those gentlemen with a dollar parlay pay $65. Look, guys, I really appreciate everyone for watching. I hope we all can make some money. That's the only thing I want, for us all to make some money. It's back to the nonsense tomorrow. The week starts again. Enjoy your day off, and I'm going to catch you guys on the next one.